is a quilted mug rug that I made using 60-degree triangles. When working with 60-degree triangles, as I said 1,000 times, make sure that your layout has an odd number of triangles going across and an even number of triangles going down so it looks symmetrical. Also, when quilting, make sure that whatever piece you have in the layout for the quilt in this position is a dark color. I don't know why, but that's the rule. So what I did was just sew my triangles together. Put, I think it's two, I think it's just one layer of batting in this mug rug, this quilted mug rug. What you see are horizontal or straight line quilting, matchstick quilting. So that's the kind of quilting that I did. You can see my little mitered corners for everybody that loves the mitered corners. They look pretty good. So that's my mitered corners. Those are my mitered corners. I used about maybe 5 colors of thread to quilt this mug rug, and by quilt I mean sew all 3 layers together. So I sewed all 3 layers together, or quilted this mug rug together using 3 layers of thread. It was like black, gray, and 3 oranges, as you can see. Okay, and here you see I just mostly used a gray background for the color, a few orange triangles for a background color, like a little accent, and then 1 print. That's all the same scale, which this is okay if you have a favorite print and you just want to show it off. But for quilting, for the most part, it should be of different scales. If you decide, you can decide to make the exception as I did here, and you can, and you have that right. But for the most part in quilting, the fabric, the prints that you use should be of a different scale. Okay, and we'll visit that in a minute. But far as when you're working with 60-degree triangles, this is where you start. You cut your little pieces. So as you see here, these are 2 60-degree triangles that I cut out. So when I cut my 6-degree triangles, I mark a horizontal line for the crosswise grain. So this line here denotes that the crosswise grain is going side to side. So when I will mark every triangle that I cut, and then when I flip it over, we can leave it this way. When I'm working with it, as I turn it over, it's either going to be in this position, going side to side, or crosswise, or this position, but not this position, because that means the crosswise grain is going up and down, or this position, which means also the crosswise grain is going up and down. So you have to make sure that you still stand true. You have to stay true to the crosswise grain going side to side and the lengthwise grain going up and down. So this is the crosswise grain, because in fabric you have 2 grains, the crosswise grain and the grain that goes lengthwise. Okay, so then when I sew them together, you would, and so this is the crosswise grain over here. So right there, it's either going to be in this position when you sew these triangles together, or this position. So let's say if this is going up and if this is going this way, then this triangle will have to go this way. So you see it's going crosswise and crosswise. So then you would go and flip them over to sew them together like that. So that's how you would do that for your pieces. But back over here, as I was stating, when you're just in quilting period, the prints are for the most, if you're not making an exception here where it's just one print of the same scale, it's supposed to be of different size scales. So if we look at this placemat right here, this is a good example. You see some big prints, some prints that are big scale like here. This would be a big scale print. This is a small size print. I don't know if you would consider that. I would say that's big. So which one is the medium? Is this the medium? See, that's small size. So this is what I mean by, see, I would consider that big scale. Is this me? Would we consider this medium? Which one would be medium, or we don't have a medium? But technically it's supposed to be big size, big scale prints in the quilt, medium size scale, medium scale prints in the quilt, and small scale prints in the quilt. So yeah, this is I'm just showing you all how, this is just bonus information, because some people may not know that it's not all supposed to be of the same scale unless you make an exception to the rule. And you can do that, but for the most part it's supposed to be fabric. It's supposed to be prints of different scales. So I'm just showing off the different scales, meaning the size of the print. See, that's a small print. But would you consider it medium compared to this one? So, I mean, it all depends on how you look at it. But I'm just making you all aware that in quilting, you are to use different scales print. Unless you're making an exception, as I just explained. So, yeah, but this video is on my Quilted Mug Rug that you see here. I'm very proud. It's straight line quilting, matchstick quilting, and this is how it looks on the back. I started to use this. I would have used this print on the back, but I didn't know I forgot I had a yard of it, so I ended up putting this on the back, which is one of my favorite prints. But yeah, so I'm just checking in to show you all my Quilted Mug Rug. Thanks for watching this video. Please like this video. Please comment in the video. Let me know what you're learning from my channel. Let me know how you like or dislike my mug rug. Either way, it don't matter. Thanks for watching. Check you later. Subscribe. Check you later.